We have 3 areas to examine: energy healing, clearing unwanted ancestral patterns, and reconciling past lives. So we begin by looking at energy healing in the Akashic record. So how many of you do different kinds of energy work? A lot of you. Many of you. Okay. For our purposes, I'm going to ask that you set all those ideas aside. All right. So every reading that you do in the Akashic record is a healing. We have talked a lot about the Akashic assumption that everyone is really good. At the spiritual level, they are whole and complete. And the Akashic record, because it is a unified field of everything, is very comfortable and can accommodate spiritual paradox. So by paradox, what we're talking about are 2 things that they're related, but they don't seem to fit very well, right? They seem opposite. So an example is that the soul, your soul, is absolutely perfect. There is nothing you could ever do to corrupt your own soul. There is nothing anyone could do to you that would damage your soul. No one can steal your soul. You cannot even give it away. The truth is, nobody wants your soul. People want their own soul. So on one hand, we have the soul, and it is perfect, it is infinite, eternal, and immortal. Okay? Then we have the human being. So the soul, there's in the record, the soul is understood to be absolutely perfect. And human beings are naturally imperfect. It's okay. Okay? So as human beings, we are finite, we are limited, temporary, not because we've done something wrong, it's just the way it is. So until we have proof that human beings live forever, we must recognize that as human beings, we are mortal and imperfect. And the great opportunity of the soul's journey as human is to recognize our soul's perfection even while we are in imperfect human form. Now, because we understand that everyone's soul is perfect, there is no need for me to send you energy. So if you have $1 million, why would I give you $1 million? Now, you may not be aware that you have $1 million. That's my job. The job of the practitioner is to recognize the truth. So we don't send anyone energy, and we don't try to take energy, pull it away either. First of all, I don't even know how real it is. I know it can make us feel very important and special, but I'm not convinced. Everyone has their own energy. What we want to do, our work, is in the realm of awareness, because this is the foundation of it all.
Okay.
It's the foundation of working in the record. So if you come to me for a reading, I will never send you energy. First of all, how would we even know I sent you it? I mean, I could pretend, and then I could feel very good about it. You go home, you're like, what's up with that? All right. So, the way energy, the way healing transpires in the records. First, we recognize that the client has temporarily forgotten that they are perfect, whole, and complete, and that their soul is already perfect. Our job is to be the one who knows the truth about the goodness, the wholeness, and the wellness of the client. Recognizing that as human beings, we forget. Especially when our boss tells us start to think, ooh, something's really wrong with me. That's what happens. Sometimes life gets very hard. Okay, so the role and responsibility of the practitioner. First of all, the practitioner is 100% responsible for the success of the reading. So when the client comes, we have no pressure on the client. If they could fix their situation, they would. Even little children, right? A 2-year-old, a 3-year-old will say, I do it. People like to take care of themselves. So the practitioner is 100% responsible for the shift in any reading. So at no point ever do we insist that the client get it, whatever it is, okay? Because it's not our job, and you remember this from the work we did yesterday, is to seek and find the light in everyone, the good, no matter what. It is our job to recognize and to be convinced that our client has always made good choices. It is not their job, it's our job. Because see, we go back to when someone comes for a reading, they have given us permission, right, to open their records. One of the reasons that's so important is because when you are in someone else's records, you have temporary authority over their light grid. And what you think and what you feel and what you understand has an impact on the light grid of your client. So if you find that you're very harsh with your client, it will have a much greater impact than if you just said something rude to them, right, walking down the street or over dinner. It has more punch. Okay, so it's fascinating. So when we're working with another person, we look for the light that's identified by positive, good, noble, honorable human qualities and traits. Ultimately, the opportunity of the practitioner and the job is to fall in love with the client. So that there's nothing they can say that will convince you that they are an idiot who has ruined everything, that they married the wrong person, they're in the wrong career. It is the job of the practitioner to be convinced that what the client has done has always been in their best interest, or they would have made different choices. Now, one of the ways you know you're in the records is you do fall in love with people. And if you don't like to have that feeling like, oh, I just love you so much, you might not want to do this work. I mean, it's so funny. When we were talking about this, I had a man come for a reading. He was everything I didn't like. Right? He was like a stockbroker, driving a Jaguar, fancy suit. Can only come and see me at 6 in the morning. But I thought, I have to go see, what's this about? So he comes in for the reading, so much cologne, right? I am like, my mind, everything I don't like about this guy, he doesn't have a chance with me. I open his records, and he tells me that he's having an affair with his secretary, right? What else is new, right? I mean, and I'm like, oh God. Anyway, well, it turns out, and of course he's having this affair because his wife is at home with 2 little children, like under the age of 5. By this time, I really can't stand him. And I'm in the records, and I'm like, what do I do? What? Hell. And he says, whatever. Of course, it's ruining his life. So there were things that happened in his childhood that were very difficult. I have no sense. And then it turns out that he starts talking about how he would like to have things work with his wife, but he doesn't know how to do it. Anyway, he starts getting, right? First of all, I start becoming a safe human being that he can be honest with. Anyway, the long and short of it is, he has no idea how to stay connected or continue growing intimacy with his wife. He has no idea. Fascinated by this young girl in the office. In the middle of this, I am overcome with understanding and compassion for this guy. I really wanted to smack him in the face. I was shocked. And I saw the whole thing that he was trying. He was doing everything he could because he just didn't know how to have love in his life. And he's saying to me, what do I do about the girlfriend? What do I do about the wife? The records say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. The only reason he's involved with this girl is because he thought this was such a great idea. Anyway, the long and short of it is, I was all ready to just give him hell. Instead, I heard myself saying things like, well, we're just people, these things happen. Feeling immense compassion for him. Because this was a guy who had everything and he had no idea how to be close to the people he loved. So he leaves and he's like, what's up, He wanted answers. As much as I wanted to pour cold water over his head, he wanted to know what to do. And about, 10 months, 12 months later, I get a note. Didn't happen immediately, but he stopped seeing the girlfriend. He's in therapy and back with his wife, moving forward.